Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Great League, and we're going to be using the Skeledirge Primeape and the Mandibuzz. The Skeledirge has a new Community Day move. You could have it learn the Blast Burn and potential, not exclusive move, but Torch Song. But for now, we are going to be using the Blast Burn version. And let's see how it works. So versus the Clocksire is very interesting. Resisting their fast moves, but they have potential for one-hit KO. They decided to overfarm here, and we got to call it because we don't really have a great answer to this Clocksire. We anticipate them having Sludge Bomb, so that's why we elected to let that go. Another Sludge Bomb goes through, and we are basically capped on energy. We're going to fire off the Dark Pulse, does take out the Clocksire, and now we have, Primeape versus their Morpeko and Mandibuzz in the back. Luckily, this Mandibuzz running the Snarl version, and we did get the close combat to put them in range of another close combat. We go for the Rage Fist, and we do get the shield. Our opponent here is going to have to spam Aerial Aces now. We throw another Rage Fist, and this does grab that shield, and we're going to combo play. Doesn't quite get the move off, but we get the Dark Pulse to go onto their Morpeko anyways. 2 Dark Pulses will not kill, but it gets them extremely low enough that we could potentially just farm down, but our opponent gets greedy, and when they allow us to get to another Aerial Ace, we take out all that energy. We let this go now, and all we have to do is get to a move and shield everything if we want. There's the Aerial Ace. Our opponent does have enough energy to get to another Aerial Ace. We need to survive this, and we barely survive. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Primeape at the end. But I think if we want to go back and think about it, the Skeledirge Blast Burn damage helped us get the Clocksire in range of a Dark Pulse KO. Great lead here. They switched out into their own Skeledirge, so that's usually an indication they don't have a great answer to the Skeledirge. We fire off the Blast Burn bait, and we do grab that shield. We are basically anticipating no Disarming Voice on the Skeledirge now, and it looks like that is the case. Torch Song is used, so this is the other move that Skeledirge can know now, and because we were able to throw in good timing, this next Dark Pulse does take out the Skeledirge with some good energy, and now we have everything aligned correctly. Venusaur has no play against our Skeledirge. We still have 2 shields. We are just going to let this first one go. Easily survive it, and it looks like they finally GG's quit because we are able to either one shield farm down at that point or just take out that Venusaur outright, and then we have Primeape to go crazy. So nice play by us. On to next, we have Skeledirge versus their Charjabug. Interesting, they're staying in. We are dealing a lot of fast move damage. Discharge is not a lot of damage. This Blast Burn will KO, so this is going to get the shield. And our opponent here does elect to go for the move on timing, and that's going to allow us to get the Blast Burn to go off. Clocksire comes in. Not necessarily the best answer, but we're going to be able to get to a Blast Burn, dealing roughly 50%. They decided to throw some energy here. We can just let this go. Sludge Bomb is used, so now we know that this Mandibuzz can tank at least 3 Sludge Bombs. Okay, and then we see the best situation for us. Cradily in the back versus the Primeape. 2 shields just has no chance. So well played by us. GG's to our opponent. On to the next game. We have Skeledirge versus Serperior. Great lead here, anticipating a switch out. They go into their Drapion. So this is unfortunately a tough situation for us because This Drapion is very spammy, as you may know, and we were behind on energy, so unfortunately for us, we are going to have to try to bait or double shield here and try to catch a move, I guess. Our opponent does elect to stay in, and we're just going to fire off this close combat, and we get taken out from my Poison Sting. So we have to go in with our Mandibuzz here. Mandibuzz is looking to just take this Drapion out as soon as possible. Down goes the Drapion, and it looks like they are going to come back in here with the Serperior. We try to catch a Frenzy Plant, but our opponent was patient enough to wait. Shadow Ball gets used, does roughly 60%. And now we just gotta make them throw some energy. We're gonna fire off this Dark Pulse. This Dark Pulse does take out the Blastoise. Was Aero Ace enough? We didn't really want to risk it, so we decided to go with the Dark Pulse, and now we have to get to multiple Aerial Aces. We have 2. Is it going to be enough? No, unfortunately, 2 Aerial Aces will not be enough. We needed at least 3. So GG's to our opponents. Looks like we, in hindsight, probably should have stayed in with the Skeledirge versus their Drapion and at least grabbed a shield. Alright, here we have a terrible lead. We're going to have to go into our Primeape, and we get met with another awful matchup here. We're going to go for the close combat, get them low, and unfortunately we get farmed down. So we're going to go with our Skeledirge, try to get the energy advantage, and now we have a decent amount of energy versus this Corsola. We do get the shield, and they're just applying a lot of pressure right now. So we're going to fire off another Blast Burn. They double shield. We're going to dip out of there so we don't get farmed down. Potential Power Gem. We do shield the Power Gem. And our opponent decides to throw in another Power Gem. So this is interesting. Okay. Cradily in the back is tough. This is going to require at least 4 charge moves. The problem is they have this Rock Tomb that's going to deal a lot of damage. Plus, it's going to debuff us. So we're going to reset the debuff. We almost out of move, so we decide to shield. And we force our opponent to use more energy. So down goes our Skeledirge. We're going to have to win this game with the Mandibuzz. We have multiple charge moves. Okay, that's a great switch right there. Not that the Dark Pulse would have been enough to KO, but just really tanky team we couldn't beat. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.